Hey, thank you, Sean. Thank you. Listen, I am absolutely excited to be here and have an opportunity to talk to you. I am going to be as brief as I possibly can. In my old world, it used to take me about 10 minutes just to say my name, just because I enjoyed the excitement and the energy of being able to connect with people. But I'll tell you this, as Sean just shared with you, I'm in a whole new world today. I like to tell people who I was yesterday is not who I am today. And you all are going through a great experience and opportunity that is going to change you and it's going to evolve you to be stronger and better athletes for the future. But a part of that also means that you've got to be able to do what? You've got to sharpen your minds. There's a great guy, his name is Benjamin E. Mays, and he had a statement that he would ask students to share. And that statement was, it is not your environment, it is you. It is the quality of your mind, the integrity of your soul, and the sheer determination of your will that will decide your future. It is what you commit to. Every day, for the last 10 months, I get to wake up and do good. I get to wake up and live a 4-letter word that a lot of people like me struggle with, and that is to do good. See, I've been in the business world or the corporate world for 20 plus years. I did a lot of work making a number of people millionaires, super wealthy. I employed a ton of people, hundreds, thousands, if you will. I didn't do too bad myself when it came to wealth. But I also didn't have all my priorities straight. See, a big change happened for me. And for some of you, these life lessons that your parents are trying to share with you, that your coaches are trying to share with you, that some of you will experience and see in others, you need to heed that. Because on October the 1st of 2016, I got pushed into a whole new direction in life. Some of you may have heard the story. I'll share bits of it with you today. But on October the 1st, my world changed dramatically. See, when I tell you I was a charge-hard corporate guy, I was very focused. I spent 90% of my time on the road. Very little with my family. October the 1st, 2016, I knew exactly where I was supposed to be. And it wasn't in Columbus that day, but I was there. Some of you may have heard of a school called Lincoln High School. My daughter was 14 years old. She was a freshman at Lincoln High School. She was a cheerleader. My wife dropped her off that morning so that she can go be a part of the cheerleading squad to go cheer on the freshman football team. Wife came back, picked me up, and my 2 sons. We go back there, and we notice that my daughter is sitting off on the side. My wife and I go over and we ask my daughter at this time what's going on. She tells us that she's not feeling too good. She asked the coach if it was okay if she could sit it out. Coach says that's fine. But see, my daughter's like you. She's got grit. She understands what it means to work together as a team. So my daughter got back up to go and join her cheerleading squad. And if you extended out your hand and held the water bottles in the palm of your hand and turned them over and watched them hit the ground, my daughter suddenly collapsed. As you can imagine, everybody's trying to figure out what's going on. Everybody rushes over there to checking in on my daughter. And then we notice that she's probably not completely in it. Her eyes are starting to roll a little bit. So we call the ambulance. They rush her down to Nationwide Children's Hospital. And I know we have parents in here today. And as a parent, if you've ever had to take your child to the emergency room, you know how scary of a place that could be in the moment. But I've got to tell you, the hospital that we have here, Nationwide Children's Hospital, is phenomenal. But the story doesn't end there. When we got into the hospital, we really had no idea what was going on with my daughter. They came in, they started running all kinds of tests. They quickly realized that things were going from bad to worse quickly. I'll spare you all the details except to say this. In the span of after about 30 to 45 minutes of arriving at the emergency room, my daughter ended up coding on the table. For some of you, that simply means she lost her life. She lost her life in a brief moment. For about 15 minutes, my daughter went without a heartbeat. I didn't plan when I woke up that Saturday morning to end up down at Nationwide Children's Hospital. And I certainly wasn't planning on having the potential of having to bury my daughter. But I got to tell you, when life hits you, you've got two choices: fight or flight. And my wife and I fought. And we got ourselves together, and my daughter spent the better part of about 3 weeks in Nationwide Children's Hospital, with half of that time completely unconscious, not knowing what had happened. Till this day, we have no idea what put her there, and we have no idea why. We do know this: she is a medical miracle. She is also a medical mystery. So why do I share that with you? Because my daughter is one of thousands, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of cases. In America alone, we have over 500,000 kids who are facing some level of a life-threatening illness. If I were to ask you, do you know anyone at school, in your family, or in your neighborhood that maybe is dealing with leukemia, dealing with cancer, dealing with sickle cell, dealing with all kinds of illnesses? I'll tell you this: sometimes you can see it, and sometimes you can't. My daughter was 14 when it hit her. Until this day, we wrap her in a bubble. So why do I share this with you? I share this with you to say a couple of things. The first being, you have a unique opportunity. You have an opportunity that other kids don't have. At a Kid Again, the organization that I now work for, because after this event took place with my daughter, I stepped out of the corporate world because I was terribly imbalanced. And I went back in for a brief moment to then join this nationally growing organization called A Kid Again. And as I started to meet the families, and I've seen you all run up and down this court here today, I'll tell you, about 35 to 40% of our kids are in wheelchairs. They won't have the unique opportunity that you have today to learn the skill sets that you're learning. You have to put that to use. You have to do good with what you have. I'll share this with you. When I talk to these kids, you know the one thing that they all want? You know what these kids in wheelchairs, the kids who have just gotten out of chemo, do you know what they want? They want to be like you. They want to feel normal. They want to feel normal again. They want to be able to go to the Columbus Zoo and know that they can have some fun. Now I'll tell you, as a leader and as someone that's grown businesses, as someone that has worked for businesses and driven profit and loss statements and all kinds of things at $1.6 billion, I stepped away from all of that so that I can help kids, youth, find new pathways in life. And I'm so very proud to say we have such a great partnership with institutions like the Ohio State University that the athletes come out and they actually put on what we call a camp just for these kids that are in wheelchairs, most of them, to play basketball just like you. They get these unique experiences. But here's the thing. When I said earlier that I have a unique opportunity to wake up every day and do good, so do you. You have a charge. You have a commitment. You have a duty. There are going to be people out there that are watching you, that are learning from you, that are saying to themselves, I want to be like you. because you're showing a level of commitment and progress in your program. So do good. Reach back out. I know you're going to do volunteer work in the community, and I appreciate you for that. But I will share with you, 500,000 sick kids in America are depending on you to do something good with your life. I was imbalanced. I'm finding balance again. And when I talk to the parents, I share with you, this is their moment. This is their opportunity to pour into you, to help you achieve everything that you are to be. October the 1st, it was a game changer. And for a brief moment, I almost did not have the opportunity to pour into my daughter to help her to achieve her goals. But I'm a proud dad who gets to stand here today and tell you that at the age of 16, she's doing a lot better. And there's really only two things that scare me more than October the 1st, and that is she's driving and she has a boyfriend. And those are the only two things that scare me more than October the 1st. So what I will share with you, take these moments, listen to your coach. Understand that they're trying to work with you. They're trying to guide you. Listen to your parents. They've been there. They have nothing but your best interest in mind to make certain that you succeed. So with that, I just want to say thank you for this time. I want to say thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for giving back. And if I have but one ask of you, one ask, the next time you see a kid that looks a little different than you, help that kid feel normal. Help that kid feel like a kid again and be normal just like you. Thank you.